Welcome to Bite-Sized Folklore, where we journey through myths and legends and stories short enough to fit between tea breaks, but rich enough to linger in your mind long after. I'm Jodie, and today we're diving into one of Ireland's most haunting and beautiful legends, Oisín in Tirna Nog, a tale of love, loss, and the relentless pool of time. Our story begins in ancient Ireland, where the rolling green hills echoed with the songs of warriors, poets, and hunters. Oisín was no ordinary man. He was the son of Fionn McCool, the great leader of the Fianna, a legendary band of warriors who protected Ireland from threats both mortal and magical. Oisín was raised among heroes, trained in battle, but also in poetry and song. He was a warrior, yes, but also a dreamer. Some say Oisín's mother was a deer, transformed by enchantment, and that his name, meaning little deer, hints at the magic that was always part of him. One autumn day, after a hunt, the Fianna was resting in the glens of Kerry when a strange sight appeared on the horizon. A woman, radiant and golden-haired, riding a horse that seemed woven from mist and moonlight. She was Niamh Niamh of the golden hair, a princess from the Tirna Nog, the land of eternal youth. Niamh spoke with a voice like music. She had travelled across the western sea seeking Oisín. She had seen him in dreams, and her heart had called to his across time and tide. "I have come," she said, "to take you with me to Tirna Nog, where no one grows old, and sorrow never lives." The Fianna urged caution. They knew the danger of the other world, but Oisín, moved by love, by curiosity, or perhaps by fate, accepted. He kissed his father goodbye, mounted the white steed behind Niamh, and the two rode westward. As the waves rose around them, the horse galloped across the sea, as if it were solid land. Behind them, Ireland faded. Before them, something else entirely. Tirna Nog was more beautiful than anything Oisín had imagined. The sky was always golden. The fields shimmered with colours no mortal had names for. Trees whispered ancient songs, and laughter echoed like birdsong across the hills that never aged. Oisín and Niamh lived there in joy. They roamed through forests where the leaves never fell. They drank from silver cups and danced in twilight that never deepened into night. Time melted into bliss. But Oisín was not idle. He took part in great deeds. In one tale, he slayed a giant who terrorized a kingdom beneath the sea. In another, he rescued a maiden trapped in a crystal tower. Even in paradise, Oisín remained a hero. Still, the longer he stayed, the more he began to wonder. Sometimes Oisín would grow quiet. He would look west toward the sea and think of his father, his friends, the Fianna. Had they missed him? Were they still alive? Niamh saw his heart drifting, and though it pained her, she said, "If you must go, then go, but promise me this. When you return to your world, do not set foot upon the earth. Stay on your horse, for if you touch the ground, you will never return to me." She handed him the white horse, still as ageless and enchanted as the day they'd met, and watched him ride away. Ireland was not as he remembered. Forests had shifted, rivers had changed course, villages were gone, and the Fianna were nowhere. At last, Oisín asked a group of farmers by the roadside if they'd heard of Fionn McCool and the Fianna. They looked at him as though he'd spoken the name of ghosts. "Those are stories, old man," one said. "Tales our grandfathers' told." 300 years had passed. Oisín, in shock, turned to ride away, but he saw the farmers struggling to lift a great stone. Without thinking, he reached down to help, and in that moment his saddle strap broke. He fell to the ground, and the magic left him. The earth welcomed him with the weight of years. His skin withered, his bones bent. His eyes, once sharp with youth, faded to grey. In an instant, Oisín became an old man, the last living soul who had once walked with the Fianna. Some say that St. Patrick found him, and that the two spoke long into the night. The saint and the pagan hero, sharing stories of gods and battles in a changing world. Others say Oisín wandered, lost, calling out to Niamh on the wind, that she still waits for him, riding her white horse along the western shore, hoping to see him return. But he never did. The story of Oisín and Tirna Nog is more than a fairy tale. It's about love that crosses worlds, and the ache of memory, and about how time, no matter how far we run, always catches us in the end. Thank you for joining me in this journey through Irish myth. If you enjoyed this episode of Bite-Sized Folklore, please share it, leave a review, or just tell someone the story. After all, these tales have survived because we keep telling them. Until next time, may your path be straight, your heart be strong, and may you never fall from your horse.